What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Cjthecheesedj here, and we are back with another top 10. And today, we're taking a look at the top 10 tankiest dinos in all of Ark, or creatures, however you want to call them. Top 10 tankiest creatures in Ark. So let's get into it. Now, this is going to be slightly shorter than our regular top 10s and 5s that we do. So, because there's just too much to go. Oop, that was a misfire. Repeat, misfire of the rocket. Uh oh, we've made something angry. No, we're fine. Diplodocus, Diplodocus, I would love to see you try and move the Titanosaur with your little head bucking attack. Alright, so anyway, as you can guess, number 1. Now these are in a particular order. So obviously at number 1 we have the Titanosaur, the beast himself. That really did no damage to him. Now that's something. So these guys are tamed by us, so that's probably why they're not taking any damage at the moment. But these guys are the tankiest dinos in the game. So the Titanosaur has the highest amount of health at 150,000. That did do damage. Maybe the damage numbers showed up inside of him. So he has 150,000 health. He is the strongest dino in Ark, hands down, there's no debate about it. So then next up at number 2 we have the Giga. This guy has 80,000 health when wild. So obviously he's going to go down when he gets tamed up. And there you can see there 17,800. So he's still pretty tanky. Now this guy was technically a 135 that we tamed. So that's why he's level 202. We have two over here that are just kind of glitching together. That's because one of those Gigas in there is level 1 million. So that's a little bit of a problem. And then next up at number 3 you have the Rock Elemental here. He has 12,000 health. So he is still pretty impressive. Now, alrighty, so at number 4, you can see over there, we have the Mosasaurus. Now, this guy is probably the tankiest ocean creature you can tame yourself up. This guy has a base health of 3,600. And pretty much with all these guys, you can get saddles for them all, which makes it a lot easier for them to tank a lot more damage. Now, this guy has 10,000 health. You can see here, he's pretty powerful. She's pretty powerful, sorry. Easily, probably the strongest underwater creature in terms of health and damage. But next up at number 4 is the Tjthecheesedj. Now this guy has a base health of 3,333, which is kind of unique, 3,333. However, you can see here it actually has more health than the Mosasaur, which is kind of strange. Now the way Ark works, where you tame the wild creature up and it gets health or stamina bonuses depending on what its previous stats are while it's wild, has applied here between the Mosasaur and the Tjthecheesedj. The Mosasaur actually has a higher base HP than the Tjthecheesedj. This wild Tjthecheesedj, however, has had the higher HP in comparison to the Mosasaur. If that makes sense, I really hope it does. It should make sense to regular Ark players, if you get what I mean. But next up, after the Tjthecheesedj, at number 6 is the Plesiosaur and the Basilosaurus. Now these guys have the exact same base HP, 2,400, and both of these guys can have saddles, which is also really useful. Now you can see there 8,160 health for the Plesiosaur. Now theoretically the Basilosaurus would have the same HP, however that's not the case here, where it has 13,440. So if we were to tame more Plesiosaurs, for example, they would all have differing HP stats. Now the Basilosaurus, in my opinion, is slightly more tankier than the Plesiosaur, because the Basilosaurus cannot actually get grabbed by the Tjthecheesedj's fins, which makes it easier to kill Tjthecheesedj with a Basilosaurus. So I would definitely recommend taming up a Basilosaurus over the Plesiosaur, just for that particular reason, because killing Tjthecheesedjs is how you gather lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of black pearls. So I would definitely recommend taming up a Basilosaurus over a Plesiosaur. However, Basilosauruses are slightly harder to tame than Plesiosaurs. So at number 7 we have the Bronto. Now he is pretty powerful as well, but he has a base HP of 2,300. However, this guy's level 202, so it makes sense that he has 14,000 health. Now these guys once again are all the tankiest dinos in Ark, including these underwater ones that we did previous on the list. But after the Bronto, at number 8 is the wyverns, or the wyverns. Now a little bit with the wyverns, because they don't get saddles, they don't get extra armor, so they kind of lose tankiness in a way. Whereas these dinos here, you can actually get saddles for them, which increase their armor rating, which in turn increase the amount of armor they have, which protects them from losing as much health as a dino without armor has. So this guy has 1,725 base HP. Now, like I said, this guy's level 202, so he's going to have a higher HP than that at 7,402. However, he's still not as great in terms of health when it comes to the Bronto. So you can see that he wasn't too happy with that rocket. Now, there's the Diplo that sits in between the Fire Wyvern and these last two guys. The Diplo has 1700 health. He's just not on here because, well, nobody really tames up the Diplodocus all that often, whereas these guys are kind of more of a necessity. So the Dodicarus here has a base health of 850. However, he's on this list as one of the tankiest dinos because when he takes too much damage, he rolls into a ball to try and mitigate some of that damage, which is why he's also on this list, because you can technically use this guy to protect yourself against dinos. Well, not yourself. The Dodicarus can pretty much protect itself against other dinos because of that ability to roll into a ball. Now, if you've ever tried taming one, you'll notice that when they start taking too much damage, or you've even seen them in the wild, they will roll into the ball. You can still kill them. However, they take a lot less damage than they would if they were out of the ball. Now, we're just trying to get this guy into ball mode here. He's almost there. I think it's like 3/4 and they go into ball mode. There you go. You can see there he's now in ball mode. Now, if we were to shoot him with the rocket launcher, he's got 1112 health. He'll actually won't, I don't think it should kill him. We'll find out shortly, won't we? There you go. We killed the Wyvern over the Dodicarus. So he only lost 200, 300 health, which is pretty impressive. So that's why these guys are on the list as one of the tankiest dinos. Now, lucky number 10 on the list is... Wow, you're pretty much dead, Mr. Stego. He's on 50 health. So you're probably wondering why the Stego is on this list. He only has a base health of 650. However, he has the ability to tank bullets from turrets, which is why he's on this list. As a rider, you can sit in there and you can pretty much use his spines over here and they protect you from turret shots. And that is how you pretty much drain turrets in Ark nowadays with PvP. You get yourself a good level Stego, good armored saddle to ride the Stego with, and you can pretty much tank all the bullets. We did a raid the other day, and it was only taking 4 damage per bullet from a turret, so that was really impressive. I was really impressed by that. So these Stegos are number 10 on the list, and that is it for the tankiest dinos, guys. Let me know what you thought of this list down below. I would appreciate it greatly. Let me know if you really oh, hello, Rocket, you look pretty in there. Okay, that was disappointing. Let me know what you guys thought of the list. Let me know if you'd change anything about it. I'd really like to hear about that. But other than that, guys, thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I catch you in the next one.
And I got this soda, Remy boy.